Hello, Blitzical and Just Active. Welcome. I don't know why all the chats seem to be coming in like very quickly, all at once. Maybe there was a little bit of lag, but I'm glad you guys were able to tune in. Thank you. I don't think Las Vegas is technically in Pacific time, right? I think it's in Mountain time, but I could be wrong. I don't remember, even though I was just there. By the way, sorry for the late start. In fact, I'm making coffee on the side as we speak. It is Pacific time. Okay, thanks for confirming. This is sort of a theory question. Hello, Rob. Good to see you. Happy chessing. You're gonna have to tell me what RFB stands for at some point for your YouTube username. Okay, I'm getting low on time. This makes sense. I was actually confused by the text here. It's like in the Mar del Plata, white plays on the queen side, black plays on the king side. I was like, but this is actually different from Mar del Plata, because normally I think white has already played f3. Anyway, you can probably tell I don't play this. This makes a lot of sense though. Since white hasn't played f3, should try to get rid of it. And then maybe play f3. I guess they're not threatening f3 themselves, so we have time for this. Oh, it's your initials. That makes sense. Punish this careless bishop trade. Maybe by not even taking the bishop. Or just take it. I don't know. Time's kind of low. Just want to take it. Okay, that makes sense. I was looking for this kind of move, but with the progress bar going, I was like, I don't know about that. So we want to go here. I don't think there's anything wrong with doing it right away. Dude, you might get laid off. That's terrible. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, it could be a blessing in disguise, which maybe sounds bad. Just that, you know, I'm sure you'll get some other opportunity coming up if it does happen, and maybe it won't happen. Maybe that's good. I know things have been kind of crazy in Las Vegas recently because they've been having like natural disasters and stuff. Fire, I mean not fire, like a flood, which is ridiculous in the middle of the desert. Like, don't people go to the desert to avoid that kind of stuff? Maybe this, something like that. Yeah, this is just too fast in the middle of the morning here. So here I was thinking maybe something like rook takes on g1. I don't know. Or maybe threaten mate with bishop c5 first. No, it just doesn't make sense. Going for the free piece. And now Should probably get rid of this just to avoid getting checked, but then maybe knight e4. Thinking a little bit more here. Just thinking knight e4. And they can't pin it because there's knight g3, so that's good. If they take, then they lose. But they could throw this check. That doesn't look good. So maybe a prophylactic move. But I don't want to hang this bishop. There's a funny thing here. Maybe takes, check, move my king. Queen takes e4 and then queen a1. Okay. Alright, I'm just catching up with the chat here a little bit. Political. If you think Las Vegas has a smoking issue, you should see like the entire South. It's like the whole rest of the country is like 20, 30 years behind the North culturally in some ways, and people smoke so much. Yeah, Chess Active seems to think that Vegas is done. I wouldn't be totally shocked, honestly. Calling Las Vegas Italy inspired is sort of is that some doublespeak, because I'm pretty sure that Las Vegas was established by the Italian mafia, which isn't the same as Italian inspired. That does make it sound really, really nice though. It's like calling something chocolatey when it's not made of chocolate, you know, just to make people feel good about it. Italian inspired. I like that one. Okay, so this one, I was just starting with Chessable. This is not my main thing for the day. I just wanted to take a quick look at it. So maybe we can do a little switcheroo. Samantha, welcome. Budget Italian Americans. I thought that was Jersey Shore people. Alright, let me see puzzles. Alrighty. Switch the window. I don't think America is finished. I think that's a bit of a stretch. After all, it looks like progress is happening in some ways, even this week, politically. Although I don't necessarily want to get into the politics so much. It's not really my forte, not something that interests me terribly much. Although, of course, it does impact me, and it's important to be involved to some degree as a voter. Yeah, the Jersey Shore people are definitely not even from New Jersey. It's hard to really identify where they're from. They're just so out there. Excuse me. So I see a knight hanging. So maybe I'll just calculate that real quick. What are they gonna do about it? Punk. And that would net us a second minor piece for a rook. We have one rook, they have two rooks. But then we would have 3 minor pieces against 1, so that would be, at least theoretically, pretty good. And then knight c3 is sort of on the docket. Not that I think it's necessarily going to happen, but could be. So the real question is probably something like if they throw a check, you know. I take it. They take it. I take that too. We're taking everything. They might take this one. Of course, what else? And then we can play rook e1, bishop c1. Very nice. That's all like pretty forced, so maybe it's good to think about this position. There's like knight c3, king b2 is a thing. There could also be bishop h6, but I'm not confident that white doesn't at least have a perpetual. I don't know, they have one queen, and that queen has one job: keep the king in check. At the same time, I'm not sure. So imagining this position, oh, by the way, welcome Mr. Food Lover. Who will dominate the 21st century? Maybe an unknown, hitherto non-existent power. Or aliens. So, imagining this position at the end of what I was just looking at, like lots of forced moves, and I'm wondering if everybody's cleared out and this bishop is here on c1. You know, like this rook, it's on e1. This bishop is gone. These rooks are gone. This queen is gone. Can they get a perpetual check? I think the answer is no, actually, because their options are limited to the back rank on the first move. I saw another idea, so I'll have to think about that a bit too. So they could give a check. I go here. They check. I go here. By the way, this bishop is right here. So when they throw this check, I could play king g7, and I'm probably good to go. So this is actually promising, the line that starts with rook e2. A move that I obviously should not play is bishop d5 because of queen e7 checkmate. So I think it might even be the only move that makes sense. I might just start with that. Is there any move that makes sense besides rook e2? A move that appears reasonably good. Chess Active, in the variation that I was talking about, they're forced to play bishop c1, so there is king e7. Just to reiterate, the line is rook e2, rook d8, queen takes, another rook takes it, king takes that rook, right? So everybody's traded down here. And they have queen b7. But maybe your point is that rook e1 check, bishop c1 isn't going to happen because they have the move queen b8 in the middle. So that when I play like king d7, they take this with check. That's totally plausible. I think that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I'm just seeing your comment, so thanks for confirming. I was just looking at the puzzle. Okay, so rook e2, rook d8 looks like it could be a problem because of queen b8. More forcing stuff. So the puzzle might actually be like, how do we avoid that issue? Because we can't take this without getting checkmated, and we can't take this without running into this queen b8 idea. So what other moves make sense? Could have this one, which also looks dangerous because rook d8 is actually checkmate. For example, they could take this, and this is not check, so there's rook d8, so there's big problems. It might be necessary to play some utterly spineless move, like bishop f6. Just to avoid all of these problems. After bishop f6, both bishop d5 and rook e2 become threatening moves. That could just be it. Like, just don't lose in one move. All Alright, rook d7. The alternative move was rook d2, but then you can play rook takes e2, rook takes e2, knight takes c3 check, king, I don't know, b2, and then, you know, we take something. The rooks are both hanging, so that would be a thing. But this is forcing it a different way, hitting the bishop. Now if I play a move like bishop e4, then we might have rook e7, king f8, rook f7, king g8, and it looks pretty dangerous. Moreover, they can take the bishop on f6. So something more urgent probably needs to be done. Hello Santosh, welcome. Alright, I think my coffee's finally done. Actually no, my coffee's just stuck the way it is. Alright, I'll be back in 1 second, guys. I had to get the coffee. I'm sorry for making you wait. My coffee making setup has been not working very well recently. It's been giving me trouble. I was doing it on the side, but I had to go fix it. Yeah, rook takes e2 is definitely on my mind, just active. Political's perspective on the U.S. Global economics, I think it's a little bit simplified to call it that way, that it's just because it's cheaper to go to undeveloped countries. I think there are a lot of factors at play here. So anyway, rook takes e2. Geopolitics aside for the moment, I think it might have a similar problem where they could either take on b7 or play rook e7 and then rook f7. So I kind of want something with more oomph, something oomfier, if you will. Because, like, let's say I take this. Even if they play something like rook e... Oh, actually, rook e7 doesn't work because the bishop's not taken yet in this line. So rook e2 makes more sense than bishop e4. Okay. Frankly, I don't see another source of counterplay. You know, like if I move the bishop, I die. If I move this bishop, that's bad because I need to protect e7. I don't think I have anything cool with the queen because queen b8 is still there. I guess I could like maybe do something like this and meet queen b8 with bishop to c8. So, all right, maybe queen moves are still on the menu. But there's also queen b7. Like it needs to be really spectacular whatever I do with the queen. I don't know, I think it's rook e2. And that's it. Nice. Alright, we ball in. Knight takes c3 doesn't work. No way. Alright, so they just took our e-pawn. That's not very nice of them. That's rude. Don't they know that you're not allowed to take the pieces of the coach? Ridiculous. People can be so rude sometimes. Anyway, so what if we just take it and then do this? We're not even down material, so like, could be. We just take and go here. Of course, what else? And then they play some good move. I don't know. Maybe... Hard to pick a good move here. Queen c6. Bishop takes h7 check. And then black resigns because they are down 2 pieces for a rook. At the same time, there are many pawns. Many pawns. Many pawns. We only have 4. Meanwhile, they have 7. So that's like already compensation for a piece. Alright, Blitzical, thanks for tuning in. Good luck with your summer work. Hopefully they're not making you write an essay about U.S. global geopolitics during the summer, when you could be outside playing or something. I don't know, do kids even play outside anymore? I feel like so many people just like live their entire lives online. Totally shut in. Yeah, why don't we take on e8? That's a good question too. This bishop is pinned. I was hoping for this to work because it's like a little attack on the king, but I think they have too many pawns. Now what I'm also wondering is, if I take and they just take back, is that so great? Because they do have a ton of pawns. So whatever we do, we need full compensation. Something very good compensation. Maybe it'll even be a move like Queen A4, where we're like, no trading, please. I'm just taking all of your stuff. Don't mind me. But if I do something like this on move 1, I don't know. I have options. So let's say the most obvious one, right? We take this rook. They take back. I think if they take on c2, we are justified, right? Because they'll take. We take this one, and then we're protecting our bishop, and their bishop is hanging. So they would play something like, I don't know, bishop g6. And we got a whole rook for nothing. Nothing. So that would be pretty good, if true. Although I also see maybe some complications where the rook could get trapped after like bishop e5. I don't know. No, not really that complicated. Anyway, so I think if we take, the critical move is just to take back. And it would be nice to be able to do like this and then this, but it doesn't work for multiple reasons. The most important being queen takes c2 is check, so we don't have rook takes e8 in between. So this is where we're at right now. We just win an exchange under dubious circumstances because they have so many pawns. Their pawns aren't amazing, but our pieces are also not like exactly springing to life to go get those pawns. Political says he has 1 math packet, 3 chapters to read for bio, and 4 packets for bio. Yeah, that's some nonsense right there. Once you get to undergrad anyway, I feel like they just expect you to teach yourself. It's like all bets are off anyway. Why do they stress you out during your younger years? All right, so Aniket, welcome. We already looked at the rook takes e4 idea, and it looks like it doesn't quite work. The nice thing is that you get 2 pieces for a rook. Like, I don't know where the queen's going, really. Like, let's pretend right here. And then you take this. They move their king somewhere. I don't know. The issue is, like, you got 2 pieces for a rook, but they have 3 extra pawns. So it's not clear. Queen e2, Santosh. I think they'll just play d5. Like, they're not really in danger. See, the issue here is that we need to get some sizable advantage right now. They are up a lot of pawns, so if we win in just an exchange or something, it's probably not good enough. At least I think so. I don't know, maybe you guys have better sense than I do, but I'm still looking for the winning idea, something that is super good. Maybe queen a4, because I looked at bishop e8 for a while. I didn't see anything. So queen a4. They can't play bishop c6 because the queen is hanging. And maybe in this case, let's say they play a move that looks logical, like just d5. I don't know, we're still not even taking this rook for free because like we put some pressure, but it's not really working. Yeah, I think bishop I also think rook takes e4 looks better than bishop takes e8, but I'm still just having a hard time feeling convinced that it's working. So we can look at it again. All right, so we do this. This is the first thing that came to mind when we were looking earlier. Let's say king h8 just to keep an eye on the bishop. Then we actually don't know where their queen is going to go also. This is probably an important detail. For instance, let's say they don't play bishop c6. I'm sorry, queen c6. They just go back to e7. We can take on g5 for sure. Alright, I see an idea that might be convincing. So we still have our bishop, right? So what we can do is play knight g5, and then the idea is to play bishop to g8, or like just get rid of this bishop, whatever, to play queen h7. Maybe that's useful. Anyway, I think we've looked at this quite enough, and there's probably nothing better than this. I'm really unsure about the outcome of this. Like, let's say queen. All right, so it says queen. It says all the queen moves are pretty similar. Let's say queen e6. Take, and then king f8, probably because checkmate stuff is real on h8. We take these, takes these one. It says this position is +5, so I'm going to just turn off the engine and look at this. Does it really seem like it's +5? This rook isn't playing. That's important, but it could, and maybe two moves it'll come to life. How are we endangering their king? I think that's the main form of compensation that we have. Maybe we just throw the pieces at them, like knight g4. I'm just gonna, just start moving the pieces out and see what they do. Hard to believe this is +5. I'm just very skeptical. Like, I'm not exactly winning f7. I think in a couple of moves they can create their own threats too. Okay, not going to dwell on this too much. I might need to spend more time to understand this kind of thing. Anyway, it's good to just choose it. Yeah, no one would resign that position, chess active. That's definitely true. Like, there's something to play for black. At any rate, you know what to do. Improve that last piece that you're not using. So you play a few more moves at least and see like if white can do something spectacular. Unlikely though. Alright, so here's our new example. By the way, it's going to be a short stream today. I have a lot going on unexpectedly. So I'm going to have to really cut out in like 20 minutes or something. I'll try to hang in as long as I can. So the first move that comes to my mind is just this one. So let's see what happens. If they go here, I kind of like the position. They can't attack us in any way, so maybe we just do this. My issue with this is it's just possible to continue the game with rook e7 or queen f7. It doesn't hurt to add the move queen c4 as far as I can tell. The main downside might be that these pawns are falling, or maybe we want to keep pressure this way. But that's very abstract. Meanwhile, I could be taking on e8. I could always do it on the next move. So I guess I'm trying to figure out the difference between these. Or maybe I should be going just straight up, you know, like no checkaroo, no tempo stuff, just going for this tender square. Alright, this looks like the most forcing to me right now. If they play this one, we play queen b7 checkmate, so I think they have to play either rook e7 or queen f7. So let's say rook e7, just because it also preserves the material situation. I think we're doing really well. We give a check. This is the only legal move. We can at least take on a7 if we want. Make this pass pawn. I think this is it. Okay, king d8 is their defense. I have a lot of ways that I could try to continue this. So I'm just going to pick one and calculate it. Let's say I just go for the throw, right? Going for mate right here. How do they even guard the d7 square? If they go here, I just take the queen. If they go here, I have this back rank mate. Is there any other move that even protects that spot? I see nothing. Nothing. And thank you. Oh, it keeps going. All right. The positions where you just have to keep playing and playing, and sometimes it gets to me a little bit like, stop, I just want to find the main idea and then move on with my life. All right, so queen h5 looks like the only move, but I've been wrong many times. I think this is it, though. All right. Falkbeer, welcome. Yeah, engine is crazy. Literally insane. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. Can you believe this computer? This computer displayed bishop c2. It's like, I'm gonna go from dead on d1 to dead on c2 real quick. In my 10-0 rapid game. Just kidding. I'm sure there's like good ideas. I just haven't seen it yet. Trying to finesse. They're like, oh, I want you to have your queen on c2 when I finally take on b4 instead of just directly taking on b4. I imagine that just taking this is good. Maybe they wanted to throw an extra tempo-y type thing in with d3, but then queen c3 is happening, so that doesn't look too interesting. Alright, so like they play this, I go here, threatening to win the game on the spot. More or less winning on the spot. Like if they play rook f8, then we have c6 check because the queen's guarding the bishop. So I think d3 is not it. So we take this, they take here, probably to avoid c6 stuff. I'm inclined to just go on the attack, but then this rook's hanging, so that's good to remember. Maybe don't do that. So this is still what I'm thinking about, just so that everybody can see it. Alright, so how strong is my threat? Let's say I just go here, I let them have it, and then I play some move, right? They could play queen e4, but I can take it. So I think they are... I guess they have f3 check. That's annoying. Alright, I don't think I can allow all that counterplay. That just doesn't seem totally right. So what else even makes sense? I'm kind of losing faith in this idea. So I kind of want to find some other forcing move. Because the queen c2 memes... Seems like that wagon has sailed or something. Um, well, our queen's hanging. Do we have any reasonable moves that are not queen c2? If I play c6, they take, and I don't see how this could be any better. In fact, I kind of like my pawn on c5. It makes it so he can't run out here. Although I don't think it really matters. These are all the moves that are not queen c2 that make sense as far as I can tell. I don't think anything like knight g7 makes sense, because if they play bishop b1, knight f5 is my only active move, and they can just take that too. So I think we're just in a situation where we have to take this bishop. Okay. So far so good. I was thinking this initially, but like this take, and then here, and then check. Looks like counterplay. I don't like that. So maybe a rook move. You know, I just save the rook and then keep playing, you know, right on. Or maybe I go here because I don't really care. No, I don't really want to provoke rook f8. I maybe just don't want to lose a piece here, because we have a good position as long as I don't lose a piece. The reason I'm so keen on like these queen moves is I don't want to see d3 cutting off the queen. Now the queen's on b4, I don't have the same idea to play queen c3 and approach on g7. So now I'm looking at like these kinds of moves, you know, just protecting, or like moving the rook away, these kinds of things. Maybe even just move the king, like protect it, but then they can give this check. It's probably not that clever. By the way, guys, I think my schedule is going to be severely disrupted in the near future, which is funny because I just made the schedule, so I'm already not that great at following it. But I probably have some major stuff going on where I like have to pack up my apartment and I have to fly across the country. You know, I've got a couple things going on. So in the next week or two, if I'm not that consistent, please forgive me. I will continue streaming though. I'm gonna do what I can. Right now I'm still trying to hone in on a move that I think is worth calculating. Like, I'm just not seeing anything where there's an idea behind it, you know? Like, I could look at any of these rook moves, you know, anywhere, but I want something where there's like a real purpose. I like the rook on e1 actually. I don't want to move it that much. So maybe let's just consider king f1 with the idea of queen f5 and queen g6. Still an idea. The rook is supporting me to play e7 later on, something like that. Let's say they give a check, you know, I just go back. And then they have queen c6 check. Okay, so I guess they do a bunch of checks if I move the king. So maybe not that. Let's just say rook e5, active move, idea queen g6. They play d3. Oh, what if I play rook e4? Idea of preventing d3. You know, I go here, take. Now that pawn is queening. It's not good. Rook c4, rook d1 check, and then they win the game. Rook d1 with the idea of stopping d3 doesn't look that clever though, because like let's say I go here, and so they could just do that, just to trade pieces. Why not? They lose a pawn in the process, so this is an ugly kind of line. I guess they could take on c5. But then I have queen d7 and queen f7. So they'd probably throw in some kind of active move, like rook d8, but then queen g6 could happen. Anyway, they don't have to play d3. So if I went here, they're more likely to play something that improves their position, like maybe rook d5, with the idea of doubling rooks. But then there's queen g6. I don't know, maybe rook d1's legit. Like, just don't mess around with d3. Right now, this is my best guess. But I also have ideas like queen e2. I'm a little averse to moves like queen e2 because they might have some good pawn moves. So maybe like queen e4. But this isn't really threatening anything. It's just protecting the rook, and the queen looks good. That's it. Yeah, maybe it's just rook d1, which feels super weird. I also don't see how it has to be the only move. I don't know, I guess it makes sense. I'm gonna just do it. It was wrong. Sag. Alright, what were you guys saying? Anand, welcome. Glad you're able to finally catch it live. This is why I'm trying to do some morning streams to get it for everybody. Alright, so queen g6 was my main idea, actually. I wanted to go here, but it doesn't work. And queen f5 also doesn't work. It's just they're taking this rook with check, and then, you know, just nothing's working. Not quite. So what is the idea? I don't think I, like, it's queen e4, the move that I thought was not that threatening. This was a very difficult one. I imagine that rook d1 is also very good. It says d3 is winning for black, right? I calculated this. And oh, there's queen e1. If I saw this, I would definitely have avoided. This is losing. So we go here. And then they're taking on f2. Yeah, I should have checked that. This is much more forcing than rook d3. But we already spent a lot of time on this puzzle, so yeah, I guess Mr. Food Lover, maybe you were right. I didn't see your line, honestly, but you know, I believe you. Definitely not out of the realm of possibility. So this might be my last one because I have to go do my real life job. But I appreciate you guys all hanging with me today. So what are we gonna do? I was thinking that maybe we have some queen g2 ideas, because maybe we could kick this queen and then take this. That would at least win a piece if I can get it going the right way. But they have the move queen e4, offering a queen trade. Maybe it's still good. I don't know, like c6, queen e4, bishop takes. Nah, just not forced at all. So maybe something like this. Although I'm not totally convinced, because they could maybe sack for 2 pieces since they're already up a piece. Anyway, if they cooperate and they go here, then I could add in knight f6. Or maybe I should just start with knight f6. I guess go here. They have this check that's annoying. Maybe not that annoying. They check, I move, I'm threatening mate, they have to deal. Oh no, I'm not threatening mate because they can take right now. Okay, so it probably should be with tempo. Like I do these, and then they go here, and then not that clever. But there's something here with queen g2 memes. So we could also start with this move. They have to take, right? And then maybe go here. They do this. My issue and my quarrel with this idea, and the reason I'm not starting with it, is that after knight f6 they still have queen e6 check. Like I move, and this gives them a free move to try to salvage the situation. But I guess with the knight on f6 they can't play, for example, queen g4 to try to save the mate. It's a pretty strong threat. So it's like, am I starting with rook f5? Probably not, because of queen g8. So this seems like a very valid candidate move. We do this. This is the only move because they need to keep an eye on g2. Knight f6 is the only move that makes sense to me because I want to keep the rook here, I want to keep the queen here, and I'm running out of pieces if I don't do that. And if I play knight c5, they can take with the bishop, so knight f6. Queen e6 is the only move. King b8. They don't have like f3 or anything. Or g3. I guess they have g3 and g4, but we can take on passant and we should have a winning attack. Like the white pieces aren't playing. Okay, I believe in this. Okay, now rook f5. Is there anything better here? Because objectively they can stall a little bit with g4. So is there a way to prevent all the counterplay? Knight f6 straight up. If they play a move like queen f3, then they probably are running into some discovered nonsense. At the same time, I don't really want to play like knight h5, queen g4. It seems like playing with your food. And we don't play with our food, not at this age. I think rook f5 is the main thing. I was just fact checking because that was my initial thought. I always like to check a little bit more when I get close to the answer. Alright, and same here. I think the only move is knight f6 because I need the rooks where they are. Alright, and that was it. Nice. Okay, I'm going to try to do one more with you guys, but then I really have to go do my job. Okay, what do we have here? I see a check that they can block. Alright, let's see how that's really valuable. I was thinking first about this, and that's why I thought bishop a3. I want to prevent king e7. Maybe this is something useful. I don't know, it's bishop d4, but my idea is to throw this check. The background check, if you will. I might have something like this along the way. Still just searching for an idea worth calculating right now. The funny thing about this puzzle is if I go hard on the king side, they can run out with king e7, and that's important to prevent. But they're also insinuating that they could close the king side, and they have threats to win material. I don't know if I can get too spicy with e4, because bishop h6, king e8, queen h8, king d7 doesn't look like a happy ending. Like, we have very few pieces. Additionally, bishop d4 guards a lot of the dark squares if I play e4. So, or they could even sack for it. If I don't have to take, that's nice, but I just don't know. Not yet. Anyway, we have checks too. Different options. They play king e7 either way. I could see it being something like queen h8, king e7, and rook g8, just harassing on the back rank, with the idea to play e4 and bishop g5. But it's a little slow looking, a little bit shaky. I don't know. Gabrielle, welcome. Alright, I see Anand has a comment about this idea. E4, bishop d4, bishop h6, king e8, rook g8, king d7, and rook d8, but the knight can take the rook at the end of the line. That doesn't mean it's a bad idea, though. Like, there's something there. I'm not sure about this whole thing, though, because like they also have just bishop g4 and bishop h6, king e8, and now I needed to give checks with the queen only, right? And I just don't know where it will happen. Queen h8, king d7. It doesn't look very promising. The knight is a key defending piece against all these dark square attacks that involve sacrifices. I don't know if bishop takes d4 is forced after e4, Mr. Food Lover, because after bishop g4, I thought the main idea there was to play... Oh, I guess there's queen h8, king e7, bishop g5. But even so, like, where's the mate after, like, king to d7, which keeps an eye on all those back rank squares? The knight is covering all the dark squares. So I'm just going to stare at this for a minute and drink my coffee and think a little more. What is the most forcing thing here? Queen h8 is most forcing. I think I'm going to focus on this idea real quick, because this is the most resilient idea that I've seen so far. Queen h8, king e7, rook g8, with the idea of chasing with the... You know how, like, small people play football? They will, like, all chase the ball together, and then it goes back across the field the other way. That's what, but with the white pieces. I want all of my white pieces just go chase that king and see what happens. Anand, when you said that you played a 5-move sequence and blundered your queen, was that in the tournament? I know you recently played your first tournament. Interested to hear more about how that was. I think you said you accidentally promoted to the opponent's queen at some point. That's good comedy. You know, I haven't even considered this basic move. Let's say I just go here, right? This move makes the most sense, I think, because if they play here and I can get my rook to be not hanging and also attacking, that sounds good. So let's say they go here. It's actually a lot like queen h8, but when I play the move rook g8, I'm threatening queen f8, not rook e8. So this actually looks very promising. Queen h6, king e7, rook g8. And they cannot stop the move queen f8, as far as I can tell. Alright, I'm getting late for work, so I think I'm going to hang it. I think I'm going to play this. Alright. That's too bad. I don't mind at the same time. Alright, so these are all ideas we looked at. So e4 was played. Rook d4, yet another move. Okay. Okay, these moves kind of play themselves once I see this, but I didn't think they would play rook d4. I thought they at least had this one. Let's check with the engine real quick. It says ED5 is plus minus. Every other move is losing though. Okay, so I also thought there's this, and that there's not even a mate here. I missed Queen F7 a few times, it looks like. This is a critical move in a couple lines, and I just didn't even notice that we have it. Okay, so that's the main detail that's missing in this puzzle, in my opinion, at least as far as my answer is concerned. But I gotta run. Otherwise, I think we could have spent a little bit more time here. You guys were all on the right track with E4. I just didn't believe in it. I thought this one looked good. Let's actually check the evaluation of this one. This one is basically equal, it says. It says King E7 best move as anticipated, Rook G8. Oh, Rook D8 actually covers F8. So that's a stupid mistake. I thought there was no way. Alright, but it's at least an equal position. I think all the other sidelines that it was showing briefly in the browser were like losing. Thank you for tuning in, guys. And I hope that I can still stream like normal for the coming week, but there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. So I really just don't know. Oh, by the way, the E4 bishop G4, just to reiterate, we just take on D5, and this is plus minus, apparently. Which, you know, I believe it. It's going to be hard to coordinate those pieces if that important knight on C6 has to move. Alright, so until next time, good luck with your chess, and feel free to join the Discord if you haven't already. You can always leave a comment. Actually, let me see if I can raid somebody, because we do have a bunch of people on Twitch right now. Okay. Who should we raid? What do you guys think? Let's raid somebody who doesn't have a lot of people going on. Any favorites that you guys want us to raid? Feel free to let me know. Maybe Tikta Chess. Alright, I'm gonna try this. Give me 1 second for the raid, guys. Let's prepare. Be prepared. Alright. Is Planet Chess Club live, though? Like, yeah, we should raid him, if he is. Because he's a homie, you know. We love Planet Chess Club. Where's he at? He's not live right now. Otherwise, we could. Let's do Tikta Chess. Oh. Alright, let's go. Commence with the rating. Alright, and thanks for tuning in. Good luck with your chess, everyone. Let's go.